over here inside that building, they believe that this is Peter's house.
Oh.
Okay? At the center. Now, there is a great chance that this is really the house. And why is that? First of all, what you see here today, it's a combination of different periods. Okay? If you look, you will see that in the bottom area, the bottom layer, there used to be a normal, if you can call it, a normal rooms, different rooms and walls. You see the dark stones there? It was same as, I would say, the houses over there. And in some point in history, it means after the time of Peter and Jesus, they started to have changes in the whole complex. And the whole thing changed the way it looks like, and I would say the church was built on top of it. So when you see these walls, now it's kind of an octagonal shape, 8 walls, 8 walls around, one is in the center and one is around. It's already a church that was built later on because people believe that this is Peter's house, okay, the 5th century and on. Now, we know through Jewish sources that Capernaum had believers in it. Okay, the Jewish people, they use the word minim against those who believe in Jesus. There is even a prayer, actually there is a prayer in Judaism with 18 sections, that one of the sections actually comes against those who believe. I would say, it doesn't say specifically Jesus, but it points at these who believes in Jesus. Now, this part in the prayer was added after the time of Jesus, probably, again, as much as we understand according to the history, to see who are the ones who believe in Jesus. Because if you remember, at the time of Jesus, everyone, the disciples and those who were believing, the Jewish people, they would also go together with the rest of the synagogues, right? You wouldn't have those who follow Jesus go to their own synagogues, but they were all meet together, also at the temple. Now imagine everyone is saying some kind of prayers, and then there is a section that talks against those who are believing in Jesus. Of course, if you believe in Jesus, you cannot say that section in the prayer, right? So the people around you immediately, they can say, oh, okay, now we know that you believe in Jesus, right? Because they didn't say this part of the prayer. So this is probably the reason. This is after the time of Jesus. And the Jewish sources talk about the fact that here in Capernaum there used to be this group of people who followed Jesus after the time of Jesus. Now, when they were excavating here, they found on the floor more than 100 inscriptions, okay, curved, and symbols, crosses from the 1st century, okay, when I talk it's from the 1st century, the name Peter or Saint Peter, the name Jesus, Yeshua in Hebrew, Messiah and God, okay? More than 100 different things related to all these things, together with crosses and boats and many pieces of oil lamp, all together points that since the 1st century, people saw this specific point in the village of Capernaum as an important, you can say maybe holy spot. And as much as we understand, and also according to historical sources, since the 2nd century, and it's probably already started in the first one, this place was like, we would say, a home church, right? Disciples would come to this house and gather and pray and meet and probably read the scriptures after Jesus is not here anymore. But it would be one of the first churches. It was in someone's house, Peter's house, or his mother-in-law's house, and it was used as a local home church, okay? Today, as you can see, as I told you, there used to be, of course, churches that were built later on, they were destroyed, and today you see a church that is standing up on top. It was built only in the 90s, now of the 20th century, and you can walk inside if you like in just 1 minute, and the floor down below is a glass window, huge glass window, so you can look down to the center of the original ancient church that was standing there. Okay? Any questions? Now, but I can read. It doesn't. Maybe it even mentioned over here.
How long can we sit there?
15 minutes.